Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. I welcome the opportunity to take part in this afternoon's debate on the budget implications for Scotland of the UK budget. I welcome the measures that Alistair Darling announced last week. I think the budget comes at a time of economic crisis throughout the world. It has been shown in the US, where 13 in the last 14 months have resulted in a decline in industrial production. In Japan, where car production is down 56% in the last year, and even in China, a growing economy, where that growth has begun to decline. I think, as I say, I welcome the measures that the UK Government has introduced, but I think if you listen to the SNP in recent times, and Alex Salmond was at it again today at First Minister's questions, you would wonder what the UK Government had done for Scotland. If you go back 6 months, there was an intervention of £50 billion to support the banking system. The main beneficiaries of that in Scotland were the Royal Bank of Scotland and the Bank of Scotland. That averted a catastrophe. It saved jobs in the financial sector, and it saved jobs throughout Scotland. That was a positive intervention by the UK Government. Move on to November, and we had the stimulus package of £20 billion. £2 billion of which would have a direct impact on the Scottish economy at these difficult times. And then, in terms of last week's announcement, we have guarantees, action taken to guarantee jobs for the long-term unemployed, investment in offshore industries, which will obviously help Scotland, and also investment in carbon capture and storage, including Longannet and Fife. I think that these are positive measures. In terms of looking at the impact on the Scottish budget, as others have mentioned, that budget will increase by £2.2 billion over the next 2 years, again giving us budgetary levels twice the level when Donald Dewar was first appointed First Minister back in 1999. I think it's also important to explode the myth of the SNP saying that the 2010-11 budget has been cut in real terms. Whether you look at Stella Manzi's letter, where the figure is 1.3%, or the Spice table, where the figure is 0.5%, these documents detail that the budget will grow in real terms. It's not been cut. So it's disingenuous of the Cabinet Secretary to suggest that. And indeed, what is particularly annoying is the fact that the reprofiling of capital has been taken out and displayed as a cut. It's a bit like you get your salary in advance, and then you go into the boss on payday and say, "Wait a minute, boss, I've still not been paid here." I think that the SNP have got to spend more time promoting jobs and promoting the Scottish economy, rather than talking down Scotland and giving talks of cuts, when in actual fact the budget is growing in real terms. And just to be practical, I want to make some suggestions as to how they might get some more out of the budget. I think we should look at the criminal justice and licensing bills, particularly the provisions around community payback orders. That section of that bill is sending a signal to Scotland that we're going to be a soft touch to criminals by relaxing sentences of less than 6 months. Not only that, it is a £10.6 million drain on the public purse, and that is on a financial memorandum that, not for the first time, lacks detail and, certainly in my opinion, underestimates the cost of that policy. In addition to that, we've got the Scottish Futures Trust. Now 2 years into the SNP administration, £22.9 million that organisation is costing. And we still don't have a business plan, Deputy Presiding Officer. What a shocking waste of public money. And then in the ministerial reshuffle, Mike Russell Mike Russell was given responsibility for independence. Independence is a dead duck, is not supported. It's not supported by the other three main parties in the Parliament. Therefore, it is a waste of public money to have ministers and civil servants spending time on that issue when Scotland is facing a difficult time in terms of jobs. I also think that the Government should be supporting areas like microgeneration and introducing the energy efficiency plan instead of delaying it for a year. That would reduce carbon emissions and cut fuel bills and put money back into people's pockets. I also think it's important to support credit unions at this time. In summing up, these are serious times. We've got to look at how we move Scotland forward. Alex Salmond and John Swinney are the grumpy old men of Scottish politics. It's time for them to liven up, raise their game and start delivering for Scotland.